Lighting upgrades are some of the best payback opportunities in an energy project. And lighting upgrades typically consist of replacing the existing bulbs in an office light fixture that we're all familiar with, and the ballasts. And what that does is changes you from a magnetic ballast to an electronic ballast, and it reduces the wattage or the power consumed by the lights tremendously. Savings, again, can be huge, particularly in street lighting or items that have long burn hours or a lot of runtime, particularly parking lot lights. They come on as soon as the evening turns to dusk, and they burn all night long. Traffic signals, the red, yellow, green lights, and the crosswalk signals. LED is the newer technology, and it really has a tremendous application for exterior lights, wall packs on side of buildings. Sometimes we can see upwards of 50 to 70% savings, so a huge impact on a performance contract.
We call them water efficiency upgrades, so that would be where we would take out an older fixture. It could be a toilet or a urinal or a lavatory sink, and replace them with upgraded fixtures that use less water. So, for example, toilets that are 20 years old use 3.5 gallons of flush, and the newer ones use 1.6 gallons per flush. In the men's restrooms is the urinals, which a typical urinal uses 1 gallon per flush of fresh water, and the newer urinals use 1 pint, which is 88% less water. And now there's even some technology with waterless urinals, which is being used in NFL stadiums. An average urinal uses 25 to 30,000 gallons per year, so the waterless urinal takes that to nothing. And so people will put it in because it actually will help the cash flow, especially if they have the higher usage facilities like a jail, correctional institute, where you've got a lot of high water usage. It works out with the, as long as there's $10 a 1,000 gallons cost, they can actually have a good payback on the 6 to 8 year range.
I provide the people of this community with propane and propane accessories.
Europe Gas USA has provided fleet upgrades for police vehicles, school buses, ambulances. We're about to do some squad cars, and they're going to be toroidal tanks, meaning round tanks, that would be placed where the spare tire would be. What is a conversion? Well, the Oscar N system from Europe Gas USA is not a conversion, but it's an upgrade to the vehicle's existing engine. We do not change the vehicle's operational parameters whatsoever. We don't change any of the diagnostics, safety, or mission controls. We simply add our components alongside the vehicle's existing systems, which make it easy to install and easy to remove and reinstall. Inside your cab, you can touch a button on the control panel and turn the system off. The system is very, very easy to use. Installation typically takes about 10 hours. Some vehicles will be a little bit less, some vehicles would be a little bit more, depending on the type of tank and where we have to place the tank and the hoses and whatnot. The system allows flexibility with availability of running on propane or natural gas, but the real popularity comes from the savings it provides over gasoline. The vehicle will always start on the resident fuel because we inject our propane as a vapor. Most people think that gasoline is much safer than propane, but this couldn't be further from the truth. The beautiful thing is when you see a movie, everyone creates a diversion by taking a handgun and shooting a propane tank and having it explode. That is not true.
We even tried a trace around, which is basically a bullet on fire, and we couldn't get any explosion out of a propane tank.
You need a high-power rifle and almost armor-piercing shells in order to pierce that tank. And when you do pierce the tank, it does not explode, it just dissipates into the air. For propane to ignite, it has to be 940 degrees or higher. Typically, savings that our fleets are seeing are 35 to 60% on their fuel cost and 35% or more on their maintenance savings.
A building envelope upgrade is the repair or replacement of items such as windows, doors, insulation, roofs. These items have a direct effect on the energy efficiency of a building. A good time to replace is when an item such as a window or door has reached the end of its useful life. There's deterioration, cracking, things that start to affect the interior conditions of a facility and also the energy consumption. The first criteria of replacement is if there is a new item such as a window or door that has a higher efficiency than the original. If you have doors or windows that are 20 to 30 years old, obviously technology has given us new insulation values or resistance values that will improve the performance of the window or door. It's a wide range of savings with building envelope items. Typically we see anywhere from 2 to 10% of energy savings.
A typical HVAC upgrade can mean a lot of things, but it really starts by as simple as replacing an existing piece of equipment. Existing equipment based on age, its repair history, its usage, a lot of those things can cost additional dollars to keep that piece of equipment operating. The future of controls and integration is following these open communication protocols and following the Ethernet path. They all communicate together on the same backbone network. So the communication between control systems, be it boilers, chillers, variable speed drives, all those things are growing to that open architecture and following the lead of the Ethernet platform. The savings we typically see in an HVAC upgrade really on the low end would be 15% or so, but on the better times, well in excess of 30%.